Daytime television is built on comfort. It thrives on laughter, warmth, and the steady presence of people who feel woven into daily life. Viewers tune in not just for entertainment, but for reassurance, the sense that some things remain constant no matter how chaotic the world becomes. That is why moments of vulnerability involving familiar faces feel especially powerful. When someone known for energy and optimism appears touched by fear or uncertainty, it disrupts the illusion of effortlessness. Suddenly, the distance between public figure and private person collapses. What remains is something deeply human, the awareness that behind every smile is a life shaped by the same risks, anxieties, and love that define us all. These moments remind us that visibility does not equal immunity, and that even the brightest routines can be interrupted without warning. The delicate balance between public life and private love. For years, Kelly Ripa and Consuelos have shared a relationship that feels unusually open and relatable, marked by humor, partnership, and visible affection. Yet even the most open public figures draw boundaries, protecting certain parts of their lives from view. When personal challenges arise, that boundary becomes both fragile and necessary. Public curiosity often comes from care, but it can still feel overwhelming when privacy is most needed. Navigating this tension requires intention and restraint, deciding what to share, what to hold close, and how to remain authentic without sacrificing emotional safety. This balance is not about secrecy, but about preservation. It acknowledges that love and fear deserve space to exist without commentary, and that some moments are meant to be lived, not explained. Ordinary days and the illusion of certainty. Most difficult moments do not announce themselves. They arrive quietly, folded into days that look like every other. Morning routines unfold, messages are answered, plans are made, and life moves forward on familiar tracks. There is comfort in this rhythm, and also vulnerability. We often mistake routine for security, believing that consistency means stability. When something disrupts that flow, the shock is magnified precisely because nothing seemed wrong. These sudden shifts remind us how thin the line is between normalcy and uncertainty. One moment, life feels predictable. The next, priorities rearrange themselves instantly. In those transitions, people discover how quickly external concerns fall away, replaced by a singular focus on what truly matters. When urgency changes everything, moments of urgency compress reality. They narrow attention and demand action before emotions can catch up. When concern escalates, decisions become immediate and instinctive. Commitments are abandoned without hesitation, not out of disregard, but clarity. In these moments, roles dissolve. Careers, schedules, and public responsibilities lose meaning in the presence of fear for someone you love. What remains is a powerful instinct to protect, to be present, to respond. This transformation is not dramatic in appearance, but profound in impact. It reflects how deeply love reshapes priorities when time feels uncertain. Urgency strips life down to its essentials, revealing how quickly we are willing to let go of everything else. The quiet reality of hospital spaces. Hospitals are places where the outside world fades. The lighting is constant, the sounds are unfamiliar, and time moves differently. Within those walls, status and recognition no longer matter. Everyone becomes simply someone who is waiting, hoping, and trying to stay strong. These environments have a way of grounding people in reality, forcing attention onto each moment as it comes. They are spaces filled with both fear and resilience, where exhaustion and hope coexist. For families, Hospitals are not just medical settings. They are emotional landscapes where vulnerability becomes unavoidable. In those spaces, presence matters more than words, and love is expressed through patience, silence, and staying close. Love expressed without an audience. There is a version of strength that does not seek recognition. It appears in quiet gestures, steady presence, and the willingness to endure uncertainty without answers. In moments of crisis, love becomes practical rather than poetic. It shows up in listening, waiting, and offering reassurance, even when reassurance feels fragile. These acts may seem small, but they carry enormous weight. They are the kind of care that happens away from cameras, free from performance. This unseen devotion is often the most powerful form of connection because it is rooted in consistency rather than spectacle. It reflects the truth that love is not defined by what others see, but by what we are willing to carry for one another. How time warps. During uncertainty, one of the most unsettling aspects of crisis is how time changes shape. Minutes stretch endlessly, while entire days blur together. The world outside feels distant, almost unreal. Attention narrows to small details, updates, expressions, subtle changes in tone. Hope rises and falls in response to information that might seem insignificant under normal circumstances. This emotional rhythm is exhausting, yet deeply human. It forces people to live in the present, even when the present feels heavy. Long after the moment passes, what lingers is not just what happened, but how it felt to wait, to hope, and to remain suspended between fear and possibility. The strength found in family circles. In uncertain moments, family often becomes the center of gravity. Roles shift naturally as people respond to what is needed most. Some offer practical support, others emotional steadiness, and some simply sit quietly, providing comfort through presence alone. Together, they form a shared resilience that no individual could sustain alone. This collective strength does not erase fear, but it makes fear bearable. It creates a sense of belonging that holds people together when nothing else feels stable. In these spaces, love becomes tangible, expressed through shared glances, unspoken understanding, and the mutual agreement that no one faces the moment alone. The compassion beyond the room. Beyond immediate family, support often arrives from unexpected places. Messages of care, quiet encouragement, and thoughtful gestures extend outward, forming a wider circle of compassion. These expressions may not change circumstances, but they change how those circumstances are endured. Knowing that others are thinking of you, hoping for you, and holding space for your experience can provide real comfort. Community support is a reminder that connection does not disappear in moments of vulnerability. Even when solutions are out of reach, empathy remains powerful. It reinforces the idea that human beings are not meant to navigate fear in isolation, when love is the only certainty. At its core, this story is not about public figures or television. It is about what remains when certainty disappears. When plans dissolve and outcomes are unclear, love becomes the most reliable constant. It is found in showing up, staying present, and choosing care even when fear is close. These moments reveal that strength and vulnerability are not opposites, but partners. They show how devotion is measured not by grand gestures, but by endurance. In times of uncertainty, love does not eliminate fear, but it gives fear somewhere to rest. And often, that is enough to carry people through.